Well, unfortunately, once again, we have to talk about a new Doordash scam that has been going around for a little bit now. I actually stumbled across an article that I want to get into, might be some video that I want to show, and just let you guys know what's kind of happening with this specific Doordash scam, because it's not like any of the other ones that we've talked about on this channel before, where customers try to scam Dashers, or when the Dasher drops off their food, they say it wasn't delivered, so they get it for free, or when Dashers like steal customers' food and scam the customer. It has nothing to do with either of those. So with that said, let's get into this article titled Central Valley Doordash Driver Scammed Out of Thousands. It says 3 weeks ago, a Doordash driver was able to recover his earnings from a scam. After the Dasher story was released, a dozen more came forward saying they were victims too. CBS contacted Doordash to attempt to help the drivers who had lost thousands of dollars worth of earnings. The scheme starts with a spoof call. A scammer poses as someone else with caller ID reading Dasher support.
3 weeks ago, we helped a Doordash driver recover his earnings in a scam. After our story aired, a dozen more drivers came forward saying they were victims too. CBS 47 investigative reporter Kara Rucker stepped in to try and help these drivers after they lost hundreds of dollars worth of earnings.
Doordash drivers are the latest target of a scam, sometimes losing a whole week's worth of pay amounting to more than $1,000. A dozen more drivers contacted us after our first story aired, asking if we could help them too. After helping one Doordash employee recover his earnings after being scammed, driver after driver emailed us with similar stories. The scheme starts with a spoof call, a scammer posing as someone else, caller ID reading Doordash support.
If you get a Doordash on your caller ID, don't answer it because you don't know. Your whole bank account, your whole week, your hard work and money might be gone.
So let's just stop it right there for a second. So basically what happened is somehow someone was able to, I don't know how they did it, but basically you get a call and it's from Dasher support is what it says on the caller ID. And so I'm sure these people were just like, oh, answer it, see what they're calling about, which at first is kind of weird though, because why would Dasher support ever be calling you? I don't know, it's never happened to me. So right off the bat, I'd be a little worried, but I get why these people answered it. But basically, they answer the call, and this is what happens. He says the caller seemed legitimate, even verifying the driver's order information. He knew my order, he knew the customer, the merchant I was going to, he knew everything, so I thought it was legit. So right there, that's kind of concerning. You'd think that if the person who is on Dasher support is verifying the order you're on, the merchant you're going to, then everything's going to be good. It's not a scam. How could it be if they knew all that information? And so I get why this was troubling, because listen to this.
Caller is the customer. That's how they're able to verify these details, gaining the driver's trust and access to their accounts.
$1,041 been transferred to an external account.
A father of 4 children to provide for just lost his hard-earned money.
A couple of days later, a couple of bills to pay, so I got behind on my rent, my car. It was hard.
Jose is one of a dozen drivers who reached out to us, and SCAMS from Fresno is another.
Another driver, SCAMS from Fresno.
I got an email from Doordash saying that my bank account has been changed.
SCAMS has been a Doordash driver for several years.
I've been like a 5-star driver for like the last 2-3 years, and then never had a problem with my account.
Until someone posed as Doordash support and stole a week's worth of pay.
It came out to like $911 and something cents.
Money that was meant to go toward rent and bills.
When I didn't see that money in my account, I was like, okay, now what do I do?
Jose, SCAMS, and others reached out to CBS 47 on your side. We contacted Doordash to try and get these drivers some help. Doordash has since reimbursed their employees.
You guys been helping a lot of drivers out there.
They reached out to me in 2-3 days. It didn't even take them that long. So I'm thankful for them.
In a statement, Doordash says they take the safety and security of our community extremely seriously. If they take it that extremely seriously, how is this even possible? Honestly, I guess what it said that I didn't see when I first read this was that it's actually the customer calling about it. That's how they know the Dasher, they know the merchant, they know the order. But at the same time, how are they getting it to show up with DoorDash customer support as the caller ID? Like, I feel like DoorDash, if they took it that seriously, how would that be possible? I mean, they're like $1 billion tech company. You'd think their tech would be more foolproof than being able to just scam DoorDashers out of their entire week's worth of money. It then says, we are constantly improving our defenses to try and stay ahead of bad actors. Representatives from DoorDash said, we are speaking with Dashers involved to better understand their situations and support however we can. They urge drivers to never give away account information or passwords to further prevent these scammers from getting away with their employees' money. So from the video, it seems like it actually has to do with the Dasher Direct card is what these people had, and that's kind of who it was happening to. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't use the Dasher Direct account because it just, I don't know if I want DoorDash to kind of be overseeing my money because of all the scams that I've had to go through and all the deactivations. Like, what if you just get deactivated? Do you still have access to that money? I don't know. And so that's why I don't really trust the Dasher Direct card. And so first off, I would just be highly hesitant if you guys use that to make sure nothing bad's gonna happen. But if it's not directly linked to the Dasher Direct account and they're just changing the bank information, I still don't really understand how they just like get the money, because in order to cash out, you have to wait an entire week's time before you're able to cash out once you change your bank account. So it seems like unless they change the entire Dasher's like passcode and everything so that they can't log back into the account, I don't know how they'd be able to get that, because DoorDash would send you an email saying your bank account has been changed and then you couldn't cash out for another 7 days. That's why I think it's more directly linked to the Dasher Direct account, which pays you basically instantly. And so I think it might have to do with that, but again, I'm not entirely sure. But I just wanted to make you guys aware that this scam is going on. So if you do get a call from Dasher support or anything like that, then you can know probably not actually Dasher support. I don't know why in the world Dasher support would ever call people, but this is just concerning. DoorDash definitely needs to take care of this, make sure people aren't getting their entire week's worth of money stolen out of their accounts, because that could be a real problem. But I just feel like we should all let each other know kind of what's going on, what we're seeing, and help each other keep an eye out for things like this that could potentially happen to us down the road. So that's why I made this video, just a quick short one, letting you guys know what's going on. But there you have it. Hopefully this DoorDash scam doesn't happen to any of you guys. And if it has, make sure you comment down below and kind of give us a more full story of the situation, because I'd be interested to see if any of you guys have been through this. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to see a different side of me, make sure you check out my other channel I do with my brother. It's called Talking More Sports. If you're into basketball, you'll probably enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time.